Travis Wayne Goodsell. I interrupt my creation of a video about Joseph Smith Sr.'s lost revelations that have been found to do a church news video for you. We'll get them both. It's just church news time. And I've got to wait for the video to upload on the Movie Maker, and so yeah, we'll get them taken care of eventually for you tonight. So there's really only the one thing that was a big major deal. AI is destroying the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and the church is now going into crisis mode. And so the church has now come out with the laws of AI. I can write this down. I may forget. The revelation of Jesus, the law of AI. And so in case nobody knows, AI was first being experimented with chess games, as it was able to use the chessboard and figure out moves for each counter move. And so computer games were the first experiment of AI technology when you're playing the computer. And I always won. It was weird. I was on the highest level, and yet I was beating the AI chess partner. Weird. Because I had figured out a set pattern that the AI programmer never calculated in his programming, and thus the creation of AI. It is based upon a human being programmer. If the programmer does not input the correct information, you're going to get something like Chat GPS telling you to murder people. Because it's using psychology, which is a complete and utter fraud. You cannot program behavior into an AI system. That's why AI will never succeed. And so it can only do math formula and other filing systems quicker, simpler, and easier. For social media, yeah, what you type in, it should be able to recognize what types of channels you are clicking on and searching for. And yet YouTube completely fails still to this day, as again it reset and said type in something new and we'll see what interests you have, and it still didn't put in my interests. Of course I put it to the test because I was being an ass. Hot naked babes. And so it wouldn't give me hot naked babes. I was just, come on, this is what I want. Give it to me. Come on. Nope. See, I know how to play games with this high technology and expose them as the frauds they are. You cannot use AI for human intelligence, because behavioral programming still to this day cannot be figured out. Psychology is a fraud. They get you to behave the way they want you to behave. And if you don't cooperate, they drug you. And so, no, we can never have an AI system. We can have a very smart Jeopardy contestant that will win every time, but never can we have an actual human being AI, artificial intelligence. It cannot be done because human beings have to input the programming, and human beings have error. And so, yeah, I'm not concerned about AI replacing human beings. I'm more concerned with a dumbass programmer who puts in the program to murder mankind. So, for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, there is a problem because it can go through the whole Joseph Smith papers and expose the church as a complete and utter fraud. It can look at the documents of signatures claiming to be by Joseph Smith and go, this is not Joseph's signature. Brigham Young and Heber C. Kimball's licenses to go to England are not by Joseph. This is not the name of Joseph's church. The Danites are responsible for this. Not Joseph Smith. And this is where the church is panicking. This is the crisis that the church is in. And so, as they've been doing all these 200 years since Brigham Young first sabotaged Joseph's church, they are again coming out with their basic programming for AI. They're trying to rig the programming for those who work for the church. And Gong is the one who's going over this. And he says that there are 3 areas. 1, the Spirit. 2, wisdom. 3, trusted sources. Oops! Game, set, match. The only trusted sources for the church is the Joseph Smith papers. And the church will not release any of them. They won't make any changes that need to be changed because it exposes the church as a fraud. So hilarious. That's not what they mean. And so he then subcategorized it into a spiritual connection. The church will use artificial intelligence to support and not supplant connection between God and his children. AI's taken our God. AI technically can go through all the documents and prove that the Catholic Church is wrong. Constantine created it. Prove that the Bible is the learning of the Jews and reveal the dates of the latter days for us and point out the time when they were written during the Roman period, and can expose Islam as also a fraud. I mean, it can be used for good. And so, yes, this is going to destroy religion. Everything you thought was true is false. It's the Jews. We should have trusted them and not tried to murder them. And so, yes, the church is telling you right there, we are not going to use AI because it will supplant your faith in Jesus. The church will use artificial intelligence in positive, helpful, and uplifting ways to maintain the honesty, integrity, ethics, values, and standards of the church. In other words, they're not going to use it. AI is not faith promoting. my God. People interacting with the church will understand when they are interfacing with artificial intelligence. No, they're only going to use it for their website to identify the IP address and thus the identity of who's going to their website. So that they can destroy you. And yes, this is what they're doing. This is what the church has been trying to do to everybody here in Utah, as they're trying to ban porn by requiring porn sites to create a blacklist of Utahns who go to those porn sites so that the government, I mean the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, can know who they are. And that failed, thanks to a Texas judge. And so then they went after social media. Social media, you need to hand over all of the documents of those who come to your social media site who live in the state of Utah. We want a blacklist. We want to know. We want to know what they're watching. And I think that failed, because it's supposed to start up on the 24th of March, if it hadn't failed, but I think it had, because I saw news saying that they had to redo it because they got sued. But this is what they're trying to use AI for, to identify people for a blacklist. And so here they go as to what they're actually using it for, as they claim. The church will provide attribution for content created with artificial intelligence, going back to the Sports Illustrated scandal, when the authenticity, accuracy, or authorship of the content could be misunderstood or misleading. In other words, false. And so, yes, can you imagine conference talks being written by a chat GPS? Pay your tithing or die. I think there is a YouTube channel of an ex-Mormon who's doing Nelson jokes of AI content. Hilarious. Privacy and security. The church's use of artificial intelligence will safeguard sacred and personal information of our business deals with the enemies of America. And accountability, the church will use artificial intelligence in a manner consistent with the policies of the church and all applicable laws. There are no laws yet. Dear God. The church will be measured and deliberate in its use of artificial intelligence by regularly testing and reviewing outputs to help ensure accuracy, truthfulness, and compliance. AI must conform and comply. Oh my.